Hollywood, a dream destination for countless stars around the globe, a place where dreams are made or broken every day. Yet there's an unconventional route some have taken to get there, a route less traveled, filled with glitz, glamour, and controversy, the adult film industry. These stars were once titans in a world many shunned, but their dreams were bigger, their ambitions stronger. They sought to break free, to cross the divide and make it into mainstream Hollywood. Not an easy task, considering the stigma, the judgment. So, who were these brave souls who dared to traverse this path? Who were the 10 most beautiful adult film stars who took the plunge and got into Hollywood? Stick around because we're about to reveal the stars that redefined their destinies, blurring the lines between adult films and Hollywood, challenging norms and changing perceptions. Get ready for a journey like no other. Cameron Diaz. She is notably famous for is her debut as beautiful Tina Carlisle from the iconic Move the Mask, but she also starred in the film called Sex Tape with co-star Jason Segel. Well, just like in the movie Sex Tape, where she and Segel's characters go to extreme lengths to delete their homemade movie from the world, she has a real-life sex tape out as well she is trying to cover up. When she was 19 years old, right before she auditioned for the role for The Mask, Diaz starred in an adult female dominatrix adult film. At first it was just a bondage photo shoot, but it was later edited into a 30-minute video. After she got her paycheck from The Mask, Cameron Diaz bought the rights to the adult film. However, there are still some sites out on the internet that are illegally still showing it. It doesn't seem to bother her, however, but wow, what a surprise. Who would have knew? Matt LeBlanc, Joey. Seeing him on this list sure does come as a surprise. Who would have known that Matt LeBlanc, our beloved Joey from Friends, starred in an adult film before his acting career took off? Before his acting career took off, Matt starred in a cable show called The Red Shoe Diaries in 1992. This show fell between the line of pornography and television, but was very popular in the 1990s. However, his acting career took off, and now we see him as the handsome and hilarious star we all know and love today. What would we do if Matt LeBlanc never became Joey? Simon Rex. She is a rapper, an actor, a comedian, and even a model for Calvin Klein. Starring in National Lampoon and the Scary Movie franchise, this actor has made a name for himself in Hollywood. What couldn't Simon Rex do? However, Simon made our list for a reason, and before his career, he was an adult film star. He went under the stage name Sebastian and did solo scenes, along with 3 X-rated movies. Before these films, however, he did model nude for Brad Paisley's Club 1821. Unlike some of the stars on our list, he did not star in these films to gain fame. He took on these adult gigs in order to support his girlfriend and her 2-year-old son at the time. What an amazing guy. And thankfully, it has paid off over the years to where he is now. Chyna, Joan Marie Laurer. Once a WWE women's wrestler, Chyna has dominated the wrestling, modeling, and even bodybuilding world. Being the first woman to ever enter the Royal Rumble, she sure is a name one can't forget. Chyna modeled for Playboy, twice in early 2000s, and even went to star in 5 different X-rated films in her life. What caused her to star in adult films, you may ask? Well, she was considered a sex icon back then, so she had no issue whatsoever being sexualized. Before she starred in her adult films, a leaked sex tape of her and another wrestler was released in 2004. And instead of being ashamed of it, she also went to create 5 more films. More power to her than to try and cover them up. Kim Kardashian. This one isn't really a shock after the leaked tape of Kim and her ex Ray J came storming the internet. We all know that she made one sex tape, but what came out of it is just mind-blowing. She used to be just known as Paris Hilton's assistant, but after this tape was released, her show Keeping Up with the Kardashians skyrocketed and also led Kim and her family to stardom. Now, even though she isn't too proud of the film herself, she has, however, gained confidence and has done a photo shoot for Playboy in the past. Marilyn Monroe. She was a sex icon in her time form, her modeling and acting career. The iconic blonde hair and red lip are still talked about to this day, but did you know she also did some adult photo shoots back in her day? When she was declining in her career, Marilyn agreed to do a few nude photo shoots for a magazine. She never agreed to do any films, and there are no other records of her posing for other media's nude either. The only other risque performance that is notable is when she sang in a form-fitting beige dress for JFK's birthday. Tracy Lords. Tracy Lords has starred in cult classics such as Blade and Serial Mom. Both roles are what she is somewhat famously known for in Hollywood. But believe it or not, most of her fame comes from her starring in adult films in the 1980s and modeling nude for magazines. She doesn't seem to mind being known for her films, though, as she was the most popular name back in the industry back in the day. Paris Hilton, beautiful businesswoman and socialite. Paris Hilton has done it all. The heiress has modeling gigs lined up, her own show aired, and became a household name that all ages have come to know. However, some ages should not know about her leaked adult film, A Night in Paris, that was released by ex-Rick Salomon. Just after her show aired, the tape was released. Millions have seen it, and news outlets were swooping in on the story. Although she is known more so for her social status and is still a part of mainstream media, her leaked sex tape is definitely something that will follow her around the rest of her life, and some say is what made her career. Jackie Chan. He is known by all ages as a kung fu master, mainly from playing one in most of his 150 films. From Karate Kid to Comedy Rush Hour, Jackie Chan has been in Hollywood for many years. However, what will come as a shock to you was what he did before he gained his fame. Mr. Chan fell on some hard times back in the 70s, and when he could not catch a break from his auditions for movies, he found a show called All in the Family. Now, for those of you who may have not heard of this show, it is a comedy-based porn. Yes, you heard that right. Jackie Chan starred in this series for a while until he finally caught his break in Hollywood. The rest is history, and notably when asked about it, Mr. Chan says he does not regret one thing about starring in the series whatsoever: Stormy Daniels. We all know adult film star Stormy Daniels from her scandal with President Donald Trump. She is famous for her presence in the adult entertainment industry, however, but she has become a huge name in Hollywood mainly after her scandal with Trump. Stormy Daniels actually has starred in the hit film The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and she did not do a bad job whatsoever. She also has been featured on SNL Live as herself, so she definitely has some experience outside of her sex work. For Lily Rose Depp, being born to an American dad and a French mother meant that she spent most of her early years experiencing different cultures and traveling from one city to another. But that was not all. She also got to taste fame early as a celebrity kid. While her early experiences undoubtedly shaped her into the woman that she is today, Lily Rose Depp's exploits as a model and actress have left millions of people in awe of her. From being born into fame to achieving great feats, Lily Rose Depp's story will leave you shocked. Lily Rose, the sensational model at 15. When Lily Rose was younger, her parents were determined to protect her from the excesses of fame. With her father being a movie star and her mother, a famous model, she was certainly going to be followed around by the paparazzi. But Lily Rose's parents did everything in their power to ensure that her upbringing was private. She was protected from prying eyes and given the freedom to enjoy her childhood as any child should. However, as Lily Rose grew older, she began to find the world of showbiz interesting. The fact that her parents had been in the business for decades certainly contributed to her exposure to the industry, and it wasn't long before she started desiring her career in the industry. But what most people don't know is that her parents didn't expect her to choose the same career path, but they supported her regardless. As soon as she got her parents' blessings, she stepped into the modeling world and blew people away. Lily Rose was only 15 years old when she made her modeling debut, and even at that age, Lily Rose was clearly passionate about modeling. Her debut photo shoot with the Australian magazine, Oyster, would be the beginning of her exploits in the modeling world. She may have been young, but she still approached her craft with excellence, and with every shoot, Lily Rose proved that she was truly her mother's daughter. Since then, she has been on a roll. From her appearances in popular magazines like Elle France to her sensational aura on the runway, Lily Rose is not backing down. She was even been named the youngest ambassador for Chanel 5 Low in 2015. Anyone who takes a look at her accomplishments at such a young age is most likely going to be shocked, but all these are a byproduct of the work she has put into her craft. Everything that she has achieved is a result of her skills, focus, and a difficult decision that very few people know about: the reason why she dropped out of school. Around 2014, Lily Rose was already making waves in modeling, but she didn't stop there. She also started acting around that time. Her first role was her portrayal of Girl Clerk 2 in the movie Tusk. While this teen star was working with big brands like Chanel and appearing on screens, she was also juggling school as well. It wasn't long before Lily Rose realized that she couldn't do all these at once and excel at all of them. She had to pick. At that moment, Lily Rose was faced with a serious and life-altering decision: her education or her career. After pondering on it for a while, Lily made a confident decision to drop out of school and pursue her career. Even at that age, she was certain about what she wanted, and she was determined to stand by her decisions regardless. In a later interview with Bureau 247, she clearly explained the events that led up to her decision to drop out of high school. She said, "I realized after working on La Danseuse and Planetarium in Paris that it was impossible for me to pursue acting and still attend classes and be able to do my homework. If I'm serious about my decision to become an actress, I don't want to waste my time writing school papers and sitting in a classroom." Since she made the decision to leave school, she has not looked back. Lily Rose believes that a person's success in life is not tied to their educational qualifications, and this belief has kept her going. There is no denying that she has been able to achieve success even without a college degree. Like father, like daughter, Lily Rose's acting career. Watching her dad act while growing up must have sparked something in Lily Rose at an early age, and she started acting when she was only a teenager. After first her role in Tusk, she went on to appear in several other movies, but Lily Rose was not just a supporting cast member, and she certainly didn't play only minor roles. In most of the films she has appeared in, Lily Rose has played the roles of major characters. From her role as Colleen Collette in Yoga Hosers to her portrayal of Isadora Duncan in The Dancer, she has done a great job on screen. She is certainly a promising young actress, and her roles are proof of this. Although she hasn't spent decades in the industry like her father, she is already making a name for herself in the industry. One of the things that has made her stand out over the years is her ability to convey complex emotions through her roles. Her fans would agree that she has a captivating face and she knows how to be expressive. You just need to watch her performing for a short period of time before you notice her natural screen presence. She is also not afraid to explore different roles and different genres as well. If she continues this way, she may just become one of Hollywood's most versatile actresses one day. As far as acting is concerned, Lily Rose is well on her way to greatness, and the fact that she is open to learning and improving sets her up for success. She values her self-image. Some celebrity kids enjoy social media because of the attention it comes with and the opportunities that social media brings. But Lily Rose is quite different. She is not exactly into social media. Being raised by parents who protected her privacy at all costs made the actress value her privacy even more when she got famous. She has also made it clear that social media adds to her stress sometimes, but she has decided to use it more intentionally instead of deleting it completely. For Lily Rose, her image matters to her a lot. Whether she is online or offline, she makes an effort to protect her image at all costs. During interviews, she is usually extra careful about the things she says. She speaks her truth and makes sure she isn't misunderstood. She is also very particular about what she posts on social media. For someone who is just in her early 20s, Lily Rose understands the importance of maintaining her image regardless of the pressures of fame. She is unapologetically herself. She was a very sweet child, but who would have thought she would have such a strong and defined personality this early on? Lily Rose is a young girl from a new generation with all the qualities of a star. These were the words of the late Lagerfeld, who was Chanel's fashion designer for decades. The fashion icon who had transformed the art of fashion in the 20th and 21st centuries only had good things to say about Lily Rose Depp during the early years of her career. He first met Lily Rose when she used to accompany her mother to the Channel studio. Even at that age, there was clearly something special about her. The late designer knew for a fact that she had all the makings of a star. With all the exploits she has done, it is clear that the designer saw her star potential even at an early age. The way she embraces her individuality demonstrates strength and confidence in her personal expressions, and the way she uses her platform to advocate for important causes says a lot about her character. Whether she is gracing the red carpet or attending an interview, Lily Rose sure has a way of carrying herself with grace and poise. It is clear that she is a confident girl who is focused on her goals and is not afraid to pave her way in the industry. All these mature qualities enable her to handle the complexities of fame without betraying herself. Lily Rose may just be 23 years old, but she is wise beyond her years and continues to inspire all who look up to her. Dakota Johnson is another celebrity kid who is determined to make a name for herself in the industry. This video will reveal a side of her that you never knew. Behind the smiles and all the flashing cameras, it can be hard to remember sometimes that all of our favorite Hollywood celebrities are humans like us. They feel joy, but they also feel pain, and despite how they present themselves, some of them fight demons in private. These actresses have one thing in common. They each battled ailments, both physical and mental. Some hid it from the rest of the world, and the ones who didn't weren't taken seriously until their demise. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, the epitome of Hollywood glamour, enchanted audiences with her radiant smile and undeniable talent. Born Norma Jean Mortensen on June 1, 1926 in Los Angeles, she endured a tumultuous childhood marked by abandonment and uncertainty, especially seeing as she had no parents. She had to choose between foster homes and experienced early marriages, seeking stability and purpose. However, it was under the name Marilyn Monroe that she skyrocketed to fame in the 1950s. Her performances in iconic films like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Some Like It Hot, and The 7-Year Itch captivated audiences worldwide. With her sultry voice, curvaceous figure, and charismatic presence, she became a symbol of sensuality and feminine allure. Yet, behind the carefully crafted facade of stardom, Marilyn wrestled with inner demons that few knew about. Despite her tremendous success and the adoration of millions, she grappled with insecurities, anxiety, and feelings of loneliness. The pressures of fame and the constant scrutiny of the media took their toll on her emotional well-being. Marilyn's personal life was equally tumultuous, marked by a string of relationships and marriages, including notable ones with Joe DiMaggio and playwright Arthur Miller. These high-profile romances made headlines, but also subjected her to intense public scrutiny, leaving her yearning for genuine connection and stability. To cope with the demands of her career and the emotional turbulence she faced, Marilyn turned to alcohol and prescription drugs. These substances became a refuge from the stressors of her life, offering temporary relief from the inner turmoil she battled. As her fame grew, so did the pressure to maintain her image as the quintessential blonde bombshell. The expectations of Hollywood and the constant need to meet societal beauty standards weighed heavily on her shoulders. Her struggle with body image and self-confidence further exacerbated her emotional struggles. On that fateful day, August 5, 1962, Marilyn was found lifeless in her Brentwood home. The world was in shock and mourning, unable to comprehend the loss of this radiant star. The official cause of death was ruled as an overdose of barbiturates, but the circumstances surrounding her passing remained shrouded in mystery and speculation. It then occurred to her fans and well-wishers that Marilyn has been struggling with drug addiction all her life while fighting to maintain a sweet and cheerful public image. Until her demise, no one really had an idea of the depression, anxiety, illnesses, and drug problems she had to struggle with in her lifetime. In the aftermath of her death, Marilyn Monroe's legacy endured, becoming immortalized as an icon of beauty, vulnerability, and resilience. Her candid vulnerability on and off the screen touched the hearts of many, and she remains an enduring symbol of the complexities of fame and the fragility of human emotions. Clara Bow. Clara Bow, the vivacious it girl of the 1920s, was a trailblazing Hollywood actress who won hearts with her charm and infectious energy. Born on July 29, 1905 in Brooklyn, New York, she rose from a challenging upbringing to become one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Her roles in silent films like Wings and It cemented her as an icon of the jazz age. Despite her dazzling on-screen persona, Clara's life was a roller coaster of emotional turmoil and personal struggles. She faced a troubled childhood, marked by poverty and an unstable family environment. In her pursuit of stardom, Clara had to endure numerous hardships and setbacks, which took a toll on her mental well-being. Behind her radiant smile and captivating performances, Clara battled with depression and anxiety. The constant pressure of fame and the demanding nature of the entertainment industry only added to her emotional challenges. The media attention and public adoration she received came with their own set of burdens, leaving Clara yearning for moments of genuine connection and respite from the limelight. Despite her inner turmoil, Clara Bow managed to keep up appearances, projecting an image of the carefree and exuberant flapper girl. She maintained her bubbly and vivacious persona in public, concealing the depth of her struggles from the prying eyes of the world. Her ability to hide her emotional pain from the public eye became her greatest acting feat off-screen. Unfortunately, the facade could only last so long. Clara's mental health battles eventually took a toll on her personal and professional life. As her career started to wane in the early 1930s, the pressures she faced intensified, further exacerbating her emotional struggles. On the outside, nobody suspected the emotional turmoil Clara was facing. She was the picture of success and happiness, adored by fans worldwide. But on September 27, 1965, Clara Bow's life came to an end. The news of her passing shocked everyone, as the public was unaware of the private pain she endured. Her death brought attention to the hidden battles that Clara and many other stars faced behind the glitzy facade of Hollywood. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, the iconic Hollywood starlet with violet eyes, captured the world's heart with her beauty, talent, and charisma. Born on February 27, 1932 in London, she became a Hollywood legend, starring in timeless classics like Cleopatra, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Behind her glamorous life, Elizabeth faced a series of health challenges that shaped her journey. One of the most notable was her struggle with scoliosis, a curvature of the spine. This condition caused her chronic pain and required her to wear painful back braces, which she concealed from the public eye during her film career. In addition to scoliosis, Elizabeth Taylor faced numerous other health issues throughout her life. She battled a serious bout of pneumonia in 1961, and in 1962 she was involved in a near-fatal car accident, which led to chronic back pain and further complications. However, it was her lifelong struggle with various respiratory illnesses that proved to be the most debilitating. Elizabeth was diagnosed with bronchitis, pneumonia, and asthma, which often left her bedridden and affected her ability to work on film sets. Despite her health challenges, she remained a consummate professional, giving exceptional performances even while enduring physical pain. Elizabeth Taylor's health struggles were kept under wraps, with only a few close confidants and medical professionals aware of the extent of her ailments. She was determined to maintain her public image as the epitome of strength and beauty, even when her body was betraying her. Many who saw her radiant smile and stunning appearance on the silver screen had no idea of the physical battles she was fighting off camera. Even those who were aware of her health issues did not fully comprehend the severity of her condition until her untimely death. On March 23, 2011, at the age of 79, Elizabeth Taylor passed away due to congestive heart failure. The world was stunned, and her death brought to light the depth of her health struggles that she had kept private for so long. Vivien Lee. Vivien Lee, the exquisite British actress renowned for her roles in Gone with the Wind and A Streetcar Named Desire, left an indelible mark on the world of cinema. Born on November 5, 1913, her talent and beauty captivated audiences, earning her 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress. Behind the glitz and glamour, Vivien faced a tumultuous battle with bipolar disorder, also known as manic depression. This mental health condition caused her to experience extreme mood swings, ranging from depressive lows to manic highs. Despite her immense success on the big screen, her personal life was fraught with emotional turbulence and psychological challenges. However, during her lifetime, many questioned the legitimacy of her ailment. The stigma surrounding mental health issues, particularly in the mid-20th century, often led to misconceptions and skepticism about such conditions. People may have attributed her mood swings to mere theatrical temperament, or dismissed them as a byproduct of the stress of fame. Vivien Lee, determined to maintain her reputation as a talented actress and a strong, composed woman, kept her struggles hidden from the public eye. She feared that disclosing her mental health issues might tarnish her image and jeopardize her career. As a result, her condition often remained misunderstood, and her actions were sometimes misinterpreted. The public might have witnessed her ebullient moments on the red carpet, or her captivating performances on stage and assumed that her life was all sunshine and roses. However, behind closed doors, Vivien grappled with the profound impact of her bipolar disorder. The unpredictable mood swings and emotional instability took a toll on her personal relationships and contributed to the challenges in her marriages. In the later years of her life, Vivien Lee's health declined, exacerbated by her mental health struggles. She tragically passed away on July 7, 1967, at the age of 53. Her death brought renewed attention to her ailment, and over time, a better understanding of bipolar disorder has emerged. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo, the enigmatic Swedish actress, achieved international fame during Hollywood's golden era for her mesmerizing performances in classics like Camille and Ninotchka. Born on September 18, 1905, her striking beauty and intense on-screen presence made her an icon of the silver screen. Behind the scenes, however, Greta battled with anxiety and depression, which deeply affected her emotional well-being. In an era when mental health was not well understood, misconceptions and skepticism surrounded her struggles. People often perceived her as aloof or mysterious, attributing her reserved nature to arrogance or disdain for the public eye. The truth was far more complex. Greta Garbo was a private person who valued solitude and found the pressures of fame overwhelming. Her introverted personality and unease with public attention were mistaken as signs of a distant and unapproachable demeanor. Her anxiety and depression led her to avoid social events and public appearances, further fueling the public's fascination and misconceptions about her. The media's portrayal of her as a reclusive and eccentric figure only added to the mystery surrounding her struggles. Throughout her career, Greta Garbo preferred to keep her personal life shielded from the public eye, and this air of secrecy led to even more speculation about her mental health. Many questioned the authenticity of her emotional struggles, believing them to be mere attempts to maintain her elusive and alluring image. As the years passed and mental health awareness began to grow, a better understanding of anxiety and depression emerged. It became evident that Greta Garbo's struggles were genuine and deeply affected her well-being. She faced inner battles that were far from the glamorous facade she presented on screen. Her decision to step away from the film industry in 1941, at the height of her career, further fueled speculation and misunderstanding. The public was left to speculate about the reasons behind her retirement, with some doubting the validity of her emotional struggles. It wasn't until after her death on April 15, 1990, that a clearer picture of her struggles with anxiety and depression emerged. Those close to her began to share insights into her private life, shedding light on the challenges she faced behind the scenes. Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow. She was an absolute icon and had an incredibly successful career. Born in 1911, Jean was a total trailblazer and paved the way for many female stars to come. Jean's career took off in the 1930s, and she quickly became known for her platinum blonde hair, stunning looks, and magnetic on-screen presence. She starred in several major roles that solidified her status as a Hollywood darling. Some of her most notable movies include Dinner at 8, 1933, Red Dust, 1932, and Bombshell, 1933. The way she could light up the screen was simply magical, and she was adored by fans all over the world. Now, leading up to her tragic passing, things were quite unexpected and shocking. You see, Jean fell seriously ill in 1937, at the young age of 26. But at first, nobody believed it was as serious as it turned out to be. It was hard to imagine that someone so vibrant and full of life could be facing such a dire situation. It all started with an acute case of sunburn, which, although it might sound innocent, probably took a toll on her health. And as if that wasn't enough, she had to deal with a throat infection and influenza, which I'm sure left her feeling quite under the weather. But wait, there's more. Jean had already faced some serious health battles during her teenage years, like scarlet fever and meningitis. Those illnesses had a lasting impact on her well-being, permanently weakening her health. Fast forward to the weekend before her passing, doctors diagnosed her with uremic poisoning. That was a real shocker for everyone involved. But the Times mentioned that she seemed to be responding well to treatment and was on the road to recovery. It gave her fans so much hope and relief to hear that, so they all brushed it off, thinking she would bounce back in no time. But as the days went by, it became apparent that things were far more serious than anyone had anticipated. Jean's health took a sharp turn for the worse, and she was diagnosed with kidney failure, a condition that was not well understood at the time. Unfortunately, the medical treatments back then weren't as advanced as they are today, and her condition worsened rapidly. Despite the gravity of her situation, fans held on to hope and prayed for her recovery. But sadly, on June 7, 1937, Jean Harlow passed away, leaving a gaping hole in the hearts of her devoted admirers and the entertainment world at large. The reaction to her untimely death was profound. People were devastated and couldn't believe they had lost their beloved Jean. It was like losing a friend, as if a shining star had been extinguished too soon. Her passing also raised awareness about the seriousness of kidney-related illnesses and the need for better medical research and advancements in the field. Sometimes it takes a tragedy to draw attention to important issues and spur positive changes. Even to this day, Jean Harlow's memory lives on through her timeless films and the impact she had on the industry. Her legacy as the original platinum blonde bombshell endures, and her performances continue to captivate new generations of moviegoers. So, while we remember Jean for her immense talent and captivating presence on screen, let's also take a moment to honor her memory and recognize the significance of the contributions she made to the world of entertainment. May she rest in peace, forever cherished in the hearts of her fans. Britney Murphy. Britney Murphy. With her unique voice and magnetic presence, Britney endeared herself to a whole generation through films like Clueless, 1995, and Uptown Girls, 2003. Her versatility extended beyond acting. She also showcased her talents as a voice actress and singer, voicing Gloria in Happy Feet, 2006, and even achieving a #1 hit on Billboard's Hot Dance Club play chart. She was a true gem in the entertainment world, but behind the scenes, Britney was facing a silent struggle. She lived with health challenges that she kept hidden from the public eye. No one had any idea what she was going through, as she gracefully continued to pursue her career and shine on screen. On December 20th, 2009, tragedy struck. Britney collapsed in her home, where she lived with her mother, Sharon, and husband Simon Monjack. Despite her best efforts to cope with her illnesses, her body reached a breaking point. She was rushed to the hospital, but her battle with her health took a devastating turn. Britney went into cardiac arrest and tragically passed away at just 32 years old. It was a heart-wrenching moment for her family, friends, and fans who had no inkling of the health struggles she had been quietly enduring. It's heartbreaking to think that she faced her challenges with such courage and grace, all while keeping her struggles hidden from the world. Sometimes, even those we admire from afar may be fighting their battles in silence. Britney Murphy's passing left a profound void in the entertainment world, and her fans mourned the loss of a talented and beloved actress. Her memory lives on through her remarkable body of work, which continues to inspire and captivate audiences to this day. Natasha Richardson. Natasha Richardson. Natasha was a force to be reckoned with, making her mark both on stage and on screen. In 1998, she won a Tony Award for her outstanding portrayal of Sally Bowles in the musical Cabaret. She had this amazing ability to captivate audiences, drawing them into the stories she told with her impeccable talent. Off-screen, Natasha had something that seems to be a rarity in Hollywood, a truly happy marriage. She was married to fellow actor Liam Neeson, and their love story was truly heartwarming. Together, they formed a power couple in the entertainment industry, and their love for each other shone bright. But life can be unpredictable, and tragedy struck on March 16, 2009. While taking a skiing lesson, Natasha suffered a fall that resulted in a head injury. Initially, it seemed like just a minor accident, and she declined medical help. Nobody really thought much of it at the time, assuming it was just a small bump. However, soon after, she began experiencing severe headaches, and alarm bells started ringing. Natasha was immediately flown to a hospital, where her condition quickly worsened. It turned out she had suffered an epidural hematoma, a serious and life-threatening condition where blood collects between the skull and the brain. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, Natasha tragically passed away just 2 days after the accident at only 45 years of age. It was a devastating blow to her family, friends, and fans who never could have imagined that such a seemingly innocuous fall could have such dire consequences. Natasha Richardson's untimely death left a deep void in the entertainment world. Her talent, grace, and warmth will always be remembered. Her legacy lives on through the incredible performances she gave on stage and screen, and the memories she created with her loved ones. Gilda Radner. Gilda Radner, one of the most influential female comedians in history. She made her mark as part of the original cast of Saturday Night Live, where she brought iconic characters like Roseanne and Baba Wawa to life. Her comedic brilliance and infectious humor left an indelible mark on the world of comedy. Gilda's rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric. Her Emmy win in 1978 for her outstanding portrayals on Saturday Night Live catapulted her into the spotlight, making her a household name. Audiences adored her endearing and hilarious characters, and she quickly became a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. In 1985, however, Gilda's life took a dramatic turn. While filming a movie alongside her husband, Gene Wilder, she began experiencing debilitating fatigue and unexplained pain. Months passed before she received a shocking diagnosis: stage 4 ovarian cancer. It must have been an incredibly challenging and overwhelming time for her and her loved ones. Despite the devastating news, Gilda faced her illness with courage and determination. Over the next 2 years, she bravely underwent surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation therapy in a valiant effort to fight the disease. Her memoir, aptly titled "It's Always Something," candidly chronicled her battles with cancer and served as a source of inspiration and comfort for many facing similar challenges. Gilda's strength and resilience allowed her to achieve remission for a period, offering hope to her fans and supporters. She was applauded as strong and overcoming her sickness, so no one saw coming what happened next. As it turned out, cancer proved itself a formidable foe, and sadly, it returned with a vengeance. On May 20th, 1989, at the young age of 42, Gilda Radner passed away, leaving a void in the hearts of those who cherished her humor and warmth. Her posthumous Grammy win for Best Spoken Word Recording for "It's Always Something" was a poignant recognition of her talent and the impact of her candid and touching memoir. Even in her absence, Gilda's influence continued to be felt and celebrated. Gilda's tragic passing also shed light on the importance of early detection and familial history in cancer cases. Several of her family members had died of ovarian cancer, but doctors initially failed to make this crucial connection. Her death raised awareness about the need for early screening and understanding the significance of family health history in identifying potential risks. If there is anything to be learned from all of these, it's that there is a lot going on behind the smiles of all our favorite celebrities in Hollywood.
Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll go over the cast of 1974 Chinatown Then and Now. Number 12, Jack Nicholson as Jake Gittes. He played the protagonist, a private investigator. This actor received many accolades and is considered one of the most nominated in the Academy. He is also the first actor to have multiple Oscars and the youngest to earn the Life Achievement Award by American Film Institute. Jack is best known for his versatility in portraying different characters. Some of his best roles are as Randall McMurphy in the 1975 psychological film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the wickedly hilarious Melvin Udall in 1977 As Good as It Gets, crazy Jack Torrance in 1980 adaptation of The Shining, retired astronaut named Garrett Breedlove in 1983 Terms of Endearment, Joker in 1989 Batman, the hot-tempered Colonel Jessup in the 1992 A Few Good Men, and the detective Jerry Black in 2001 The Pledge. He was also critically recognized as the aggressive therapist in 2003 Anger Management, and aging Casanova in 2003 Something's Gotta Give, and the gangster Costello in the 2006 The Departed. He is a retired actor and film icon that has been in the industry for more than 50 years and is now 85 years old. Number 11, Faye Dunaway as Evelyn Cross Mulray. She played the wealthy, elegant woman and wife of Hollis Mulray. The actress received her second Oscar nomination for her portrayal. Faye started on Broadway and made her film debut in the 1967 The Happening. She was also known for her portrayal of Bonnie in the 1967 Bonnie and Clyde. She was recognized for her roles in the 1968 The Thomas Crown Affair, 1969 The Arrangement, 1970 Little Big Man, 1973 The Three Musketeers, 1974 The Towering Inferno, 1975 3 Days of the Condor, 1976 The Network, and 1978 Eyes of Laura Mars. This American actress earned many accolades, including the Golden Globes, a Primetime Emmy, an Academy, and BAFTA awards. She is now 81 years old. Number 10. John Huston as Noah Cross. He played the main antagonist, the father of the female lead, Evelyn, and her daughter, Catherine. As a screenwriter, he wrote almost all of the films he directed, such as 1941, The Maltese Falcon, 1948, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, 1950, The Asphalt Jungle, 1951, The African Queen, 1961, The Misfits, 1972, Fat City, 1975, The Man Who Would Be King, and 1985, Prizzi's Honor. He would also cast himself in cameo roles such as in The Cardinal and would do voice narration for several films. This iconoclastic director, actor, and accomplished painter also served in the United States Army. He also made films for the Signal Corps. A chain smoker, he died due to pneumonia in 1987 at the age of 81. Number 9. Perry Lopez as Lieutenant Lou Escobar. He played the officer in the Los Angeles Police Department. Perry was both a television and film actor who has been in the industry for over 40 years. His first appearance was in the 1954 Western film Drumbeat. He was also in 1954 Creature from the Black Lagoon, Battle Cry, and Mr. Roberts, both in 1955. He took the lead in the 1956 The Steel Jungle, was in 1956 The Young Guns, another 1956 film The Lone Ranger, and 1959 Cry Tough. He died in 2008 at the age of 78 due to lung cancer. Number 8. John Hillerman as Russ Yelburton. He played the chief deputy engineer. This actor was also best known as Higgins on the television sitcom Magnum P.I., which aired from 1980 to 1988. He was nominated 5 times in the Golden Globes, 4 times in the Emmys, and 1 in 1981 and 1987, respectively. John retired in 1999 from acting. Sadly, he died due to cardiovascular disease at the age of 84 in 2017. Number 7. Daryl Zwirling as Hollis I. Mulray. He played the commissioner for Water Authority. He also played his famous role Mr. Charney, a voiceover applicant with a throat problem for the episode titled The Lou and Eddie Story on the show of Mary Tyler Moore. He died in 2014 at the age of 85 due to an uncommunicable cause. Hey, if you enjoyed the video so far, please consider liking it and subscribe to our channel if you didn't already. That will keep us motivated to do our best to bring you high-quality content. Number 6. Diane Ladd as Ida Sessions. This award-winning actress is also an author, film director, and producer. She was in over 120 films and television shows. She was also recognized for the 1974 film Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, the sitcom Alice, which aired from 1980 to 1981, 1990 Wild at Heart, and 1991 Rambling Rose. She was also in 1996 Ghosts of Mississippi, 1998 Primary Colors. She was also in the 2000 film 28 Days and 2008 American Cowslip. A mother to the actress Laura Dern, Diane is now 86 years old. Number 5. Joe Mantell as Lawrence Walsh. Joe played the older associate of Jake who catches information that the detective misses. Joe was also known for his role as the best friend Angie in the 1955 Marty, which he also recurred from the original teleplay. The film earned the Academy Award for Best Picture while he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. He retired from acting in 1990 and died at the age of 94 in 2010 due to complications in the lungs, particularly the effects of pneumonia. Number 4. James Hong as Khan. He portrayed Evelyn's butler. This actor has been in the industry for over 650 films, television productions, and other creative pursuits in cinematic light, and is considered one of the most prominent Asian actors of his time. He starred in the 1950s show The New Adventures of Charlie Chan, the original 1960s Hawaii Five-0, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., I Spy, and 1970s Kung Fu. He voiced Shifu in the 1988 animation Mulan, Daolong Wang in the 2002 animated show Jackie Chan Adventures, Mr. Ping in the animated Kung Fu Panda, Zhongxi in 2021 Troll Hunters Rise of the Titans, and Mr. Gao in 2022 Turning Red. This Asian American actor, producer, and director is now 93 years old. Number 3. Balula Kuo as Maid. She played a cameo role. This Asian American actress appeared in several films and television serials starting in the mid-50s. She was known for her roles in the 1963 General Hospital and 1999 Broke Down Palace. She was an advocate that had founded many organizations that promote better screen roles for her co-Asian actors. Sadly, she died at the age of 79 in 2002 due to a heart failure. Number 2. Burt Young as Curly. He played a fisherman who hires Jack early on and helped him in the latter part of the film. He also starred in critically acclaimed motion pictures such as 1975 novel adaptation The Killer Elite, 1976 Rocky, 1978 Uncle Joe Shannon, wherein he wrote the screenplay himself, and 1984 Once Upon a Time in America. He was also in 1986 Back to School and the 1990 adaptation of Last Exit to Brooklyn. Quite creative, he is an author as well as a painter and is now 82 years of age. Number 1. Roman Polanski as a Man with a Knife. The director played a cameo role. He is a Polish-French filmmaker, screenwriter, and actor, quite distinguished with multiple accolades in the industry. Some of his notable works are 1962 Knife in the Water, 1965 Repulsion, 1968 Rosemary's Baby, 1971 Macbeth, 1979 Tess, 2002 The Pianist, 2010 The Ghostwriter, 2013 Venus in Fur, and 2019 An Officer and a Spy, and an upcoming film The Palace. His wife, the late Sharon Tate, who was then pregnant, was together with his 4 friends when they met their cruel ending by the criminal gang the Manson family in 1969. Roman encountered Great Depression. After a few years, Roman was arrested in 1977 and received heavy charges and is considered a fugitive by the U.S. criminal justice system. Up until the 2000s, he received heavy allegations. He is now 88 years old. This Roman Polanski neo-noir drama film is considered a cinematic classic. It was set in Southern California pre-war era in 1937. The film gained the Golden Globe Awards aside from the 11 Oscars among its many accolades. Due to its prominence, a sequel was created, The Two Jakes in 1990, but did not match the recognition received by the first film. Nevertheless, Chinatown was listed as among the greatest films of all time, preserved in the Library of Congress.
Any movie fanatic gets goosebumps when opening an exclusive director's cut collection. But before you pop the corn in the oven, beware. There are movie scenes that even directors wish they cut out in the first place. From Spock torturing a human. Wait, what? To the greatest mistake made in Titanic. These are the uncut scenes you shouldn't have missed. It's true, there are some voyages they shouldn't have boldly go where no one has gone before. So let's cut to the chase and uncover them one by one. Even Spielberg wished this cut. Steven Spielberg is a master of his craft when it comes to sci-fi films. Undoubtedly, he made blockbusters out of E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Indiana Jones, Jaws, Jurassic Park, AI artificial intelligence, War of the Worlds, and a whole lot more. But did you know that a perfectionist can still be dissatisfied with perfection? That's what happened in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, released in 1977. The director hated the scene of exposing the interiors of an extraterrestrial grand ship that was supposed to be full of mystery. To compensate for that mistake, he released a revised director's cut with a longer version and more mystery. It was then remastered in 2017. The reimagined film was released again in theaters after several years, to the satisfaction of the whole production team. But it seems that our uncanny director just couldn't get over that one fatal mistake after all those years. Did you catch the original? Spock tortured a human. This next scene became a huge controversy in the world of Star Trek fans. It goes against all the Vulcan ideology of the franchise. Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country, released in 1991, broke the rules. What are we talking about? The scene where Spock forced Valeris into a sensitive mind meld to extort information was outright atrocious. The female character, Valeris, looked very distressed and psychologically violated. Fans found it too aggressive and inconsistent to the character. The director, Nicholas Meyer, and his team even admitted that they should have creatively looked for another way to create the scene. He even compared it to terrible waterboarding, which is totally unrelated to the clip. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and stick around for more controversial, uncut scenes. The director hated to kill a character. We get it. It's only natural that great characters need to die in a star-studded superhero franchise like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's what director Ryan Coogler did in Avengers: Age of Ultron, released in 2015. Surprisingly, he was very sympathetic and actually admitted in an interview that he loved the villain character Claw, played by the versatile Andy Serkis. He felt bugged by that decision. In the end, he had to take the knife. But rest assured, the MCU community sympathizes with this decision. It was inevitable. Now here's another interesting scene. Annabelle became comical. Director David Sandberg regretted the fact that this next scene felt lousy. It came off cheesy for his immense vision, instead of being super scary. The clip we are talking about is for the horror film Annabelle Creation, released in 2014. There was the scene where our young heroine talked to a mystery girl who turns out to be a gargoyle-looking beast with a terrible demonic voice. The director admitted he didn't quite get it right and wished he made the face and the voice creepier to make more impact. But we still love The Conjuring. Movies, right? Annabelle is one hell of a scare. How about the next one? Hold Tight, Should Have Cut Down That Tree. This one isn't anything against the environment. It's about the scene in director Sam Raimi's film, The Evil Dead, released in 1981. There was an ubiquitous scene where the character Cheryl was being pulled by huge vines from an evil tree. But instead of looking horrific, it actually looked like drastically violating the heroine. Some countries banned the movie for that particular shot and even gave it an NC-17 rating. Now that's saying something. But the director definitely hit his mark and made a name for himself. Good thing, the remake of this film had adjustments to that particular segment. Will the next scene be twice as bad? Spike Lee cut the scene in Netflix. In 1986, the black and white drama, She's Gotta Have It, gave director Spike Lee a turn for the gold. It was critically acclaimed because of the fresh take in different sequences. Yet the director himself regretted one shot that hunted him for years. It was the violent love scene of the original film. The director admitted that he did not want to project violation of women's rights in that shot. He considers it a very serious subject. Thus, he promised to cut off that part in the Netflix version, which aired in 2017. He kept that promise. Now that's a good way of rebounding from a mistake. Here's another good one, Alfred Hitchcock. Gravely regretted this. This one is both heartbreaking and a real disappointment even to the legendary director himself. It was for the 1936 suspense film called Sabotage. The master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock, regretted the scene so badly he knew he stepped a fine line. It was a segment where he let a kid carry a dangerous package while riding a crowded bus. The unaware child even had to sit with an innocent puppy, unbeknownst to the impending doom. Then, you know what happens next. The movie critic Francois Truffaut found that scene as an abuse to the director's cinematic force, especially during an era when war was prevalent and many longed for peace. Alfred Hitchcock couldn't agree more. How about our next lethal cut? Princess Leia gave a fatal hug. The worst nemesis in the world of Star Wars isn't really Darth Vader. It's actually the angry fans. If they burst into tantrums, worlds collide. It happened because our beloved Princess Leia Organa, played by Carrie Fisher, hugged the wrong person. You heard that right. The infamous director and creator J.J. Abrams hit that one hard. It happened in the Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens of 2015. Although, let's admit, many of the twists in this prequel were not what fans hoped for. The specific scene we're talking about is when Princess Leia consoled the newly established character, Rey, portrayed by Daisy Ridley. It was during the time that Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford, passed away. Fans gritted their teeth because they hoped the precious hug was given to the longtime beloved character, Chewbacca, instead. The gravity of the connection of fans to the former characters were undeniably heavy. A simple hug should have been given to all the characters in that scene. But you can't please everybody, right? Give a public apology for this scene. The director, Will Gluck, regretted a slapstick joke in a children's film. Originally, the storyline didn't mean any serious societal impact, but as it turns out, the impact was magnanimous to the extent that the director had to make a public apology. It was for the film Peter Rabbit, released in 2018. The supposedly cute, dolled-up rabbits attacked their archenemy, Mr. McGregor, with blueberries, which he was allergic to. After watching the film with their kids, many parents had violent reactions. They felt that the deadly allergic reactions were taken as a lousy slapstick comedy. The director gave his heartfelt apology for such a sensitive health issue. But it's true sometimes you just have to do it and apologize later. Hopefully, that's not the case for our finale. Titanic twisted history badly. Director James Cameron made a huge historical mistake. It wasn't meant intentionally, but to create an impactful scene. The 1997 blockbuster film, Titanic, was inspired by the historical tragedy of the sunken ship. It was true that they made great liberties to the story and the characters for the sake of cinematic delight. But one specific role was actually based and named from a real person. First Officer William McMaster Murdoch was depicted in the movie as the officer who shot somebody and then himself. But this was far from the truth. The director gave a sincere apology for his insensitivity towards the family and survivors who knew the first officer in real life. His death was not one that they should have meddled with even on screen.